Morning, Ismaila.
So why are you going back?
Well, it's very exciting after all the years of build-up. Make Music Matter, along with Panzi Foundation USA, were awarded a grant for the Humanitarian Innovation Fund, which funds the first 18 months phase of our program at Panzi Hospital. So I'm going back to actually build a recording studio in the Congo and launch our music program, Panzi Hospital.
What are you hoping to achieve with this?
Well, it's quite detailed. I mean, be the first time ever a music therapy program has been holistically integrated into a hospital care system in a conflict zone in Eastern Africa. So we're going to be using music from the beginning to the end of care. So in between surgeries, when ladies are there for their, say, official operations, it'll help to speed up and add to the quality of recovery. You know, music is a great catharsis that way.
Right.
And then when they're physically healed, there is an emotional healing that needs to take place in the aftercare. So the music will come in there again to help sort of restitch the soul. And then the songs that they write and record of their experiences of their trauma actually get used in the community as tools to prevent the rape from happening again.
Okay.
Because they get used as mass education tools to the community.
What are you doing as soon as you get there? Exactly. What is your involvement in this?
The first phase will be physically building the studio, kind of building it, making sure sonically it's working okay, acoustically, and all the, electronics are all fine. And then we start vetting staff, hiring staff, psychologists, social psychologists, and doing some training, and then going to the local music community.
What's the reception been as far as building a studio like this and using it for music therapy?
Well, actually the hardest step is building just trust as a human being, because you are an outsider and you do not want to look like you're a pseudo-imperialist that thinks, well, I'm from the West, so I know how you should live your life.
Right.
But, I myself with Make Music Matter have been going there for years to build that trust, to know that I will be there for a generation so the change can take place. Once that was overcome, the musical part, it's just like breathing. That's been absolutely a joy. And what we want to do on this is to treat our participants, these survivors of extreme sexual assault, as true artists. That is part of the program to help, again, to rebuild their self-worth and self-efficacy. So it's important that we didn't come there just with also the bare minimum.
Right.
To record a track, which this day and age would be software and a computer and a microphone. We're actually going with an extensive amount of equipment. Again, we want to treat these ladies as true artists. And even in terms in a legal sense, the songs that they create, they're going to still, we're going to work on making sure they are part owner of their intellectual property.
Well, that's a big deal as far as gaining that trust, I think, and sealing that trust with the people in the community, right? Yeah,
and when you live in a situation where the fact that you can get up the next morning and sing is the only thing that's going to get you up one more morning, which is without hyperbole.
Yeah.
That sort of trust juncture is absolutely critical.
How excited are you?
It's so surreal, I got to say, because, again, this has been absolutely years in the making. And what's exciting about it is that building up to it, not only developing the program, but getting this, international body to fund, because what happens in these situations that everyone wants to fund what they call a bricks and mortar campaign. Everyone wants to build a building so they can put their name in front of it, and that's really easy. But as soon as you say something towards the effect of, it has to do with art and capacity building, and you're in an active war zone, that is taken as, well, that's not a priority. So we've actually proven the model that no, this tool of peace and development, i.e. music, is just as effective as all these other sort of first aid ideas.
Right.
And that's the part that's exciting to me.
The women in Congo, has the situation for the women there changed at all?
In some ways, yes. So you can look at it in three different levels. On the local level and the civil society grassroots level, there's lots of gender empowerment, equality programs happening. So women are starting to understand their rights that way. On a state level, there's still the missing piece of impunity. In other words, there's still not any laws in terms of this being a crime. Internationally, there was just in June, there was a big conference happening in London, and 100 countries signed a protocol to stop rape to be used as a tactic of war in armed conflict. So there is progress on some ends of it, and in other ends, we still need to do a lot of work.
Now, you are heading out on Sunday to a conflict zone. How dangerous is it for people like you there?
Well, unfortunately, attacks on aid workers have gone up about 200% in the last couple of years. One, because the situations are getting more extreme. Two, with the advent of technology and pay-as-you-go cell phones, where you're going to work, those people are well aware of your situation here.
Right.
And it's starting to breed resentment. So that is a danger. I work with Dr. Mukwege, who's had an attempt on his life already and continually does. And it is well known that I work with him. So I am now a target of that when I go there. And I know that, and I've been warned, and we'll have security where possible.
You've garnered the support of some really big names here in Canada. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, and it's an absolute joy. The Billy Talent Camp have been longtime supporters. Some 41, Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo. When Sam Roberts was through town last time, we worked together in the studio in September in Toronto for a contest of ours. We had a long conversation after the show, and he was just mesmerized and so engaged after to realize that, what he does professionally actually can have a quantifiable change in someone's life in the toughest places in the world.
I know you're excited about it. I know there's probably a few nerves involved as well, but I wish you the best of luck with the work you're doing out there.
Thank you.